Good morning, friends. Welcome back. I'm super excited for today's job. This is the vlog. We are back. This is season 2, episode 1. Super excited. Our last season, it's kind of funny calling it season 2 because our last season was 100 episodes. But super excited. Our main technician is on vacation this week, so I am filling in, driving the big old U-Haul. Later today, I'm gonna walk you guys through this U-Haul, show you all the tools, all the organization. It's pretty sweet. But we are heading over, I'm just finishing up at Home Depot. We are heading over to an awesome job where we're gonna be installing a pre-hung door, and I'm gonna be taking you guys along with me. Throughout today's video, I'm gonna be explaining our process. Our business has changed drastically since I've made my last vlog, so I'm super excited to be here with you guys. So let's get after today. It's gonna be a great one. Okay, here's the job for today. This is the door at the home, and as you can see, it's been pretty busted out. The SWAT team actually came through here a few days ago and busted in this door to look for some bad guys. And this house has seen better days. As you can see, this is actually a gate that we installed this gate here about a year ago, right here. And as you can see, it burnt up. This whole front of his house burnt up. Kind of strange set of circumstances. Someone came through and threw an incendiary device under one of his cars, and totally burnt everything up. Pretty crazy. And then just a few days ago, the SWAT team busted through. So we're putting in that door, which is a steel fire rated door. Fire rated is insignificant. We just wanted a steel door. Our our technician assistant brought that door yesterday, which is actually a fiberglass door. There was just some miscommunication at Home Depot because the one that they originally gave us had a big old dent in it. So we asked for a different one and they gave us a fiberglass one instead of a steel one. So no big deal. I'll talk a little bit more about the customer or about the technician assistant later because that's a huge part of our new process. But let's go ahead and get this door busted out. All right, we got the door out. So getting these doors out, it's fairly easy. The reason why I took off this, you guys saw that I took this door casing off with screws, is because we actually just replaced that door casing a year ago. And I know that he was adamant about replacing those long screws, so I wanted to see exactly where they were, kind of what was going on. So I kind of got a good framework, you know, without cutting it all up, to so that we go back with the correct strength that he wants to go back with. So as far as putting the trim on the outside, we're going to go ahead and not put any trim on the outside because obviously they still need to side that. So we're only going to do the trim on the inside. I was able to get all that trim off. We're going to reuse that stuff. So looking good. Now we just got to clean up the rough opening, which is pretty clean already, and then go ahead and get this new door in. So let's get to it. All right, when you want to go with these, basically you just kind of clean up everything. This obviously has an old alarm system. He's not using that style alarm system anymore. Now he's got kind of a magnetic one. So basically you want to clean up the rough opening, make sure that there's no screws or anything like that, and then kind of just put your door in. And then we're going to go from there. We're going to start with the hinge side, get all that plumbed up, and then go from there. Alright, I'll show you guys what I got going on here. So, basically for starters, want to level and plumb out this door jamb. Now obviously it's a little tricky because there's no siding on here. So what I mainly focused on was on the inside of the door. Let the slide adjust. Basically I wanted to make it flush to the drywall here. So for trim, it will trim out very nicely. So we're flush there, we're plumb here. I got this hinge door jamb screwed in place. Nothing else is screwed in place. So the latch plate or the latch jamb is not screwed in place. So basically what you want to check after you do that is how the door shuts. You know, you want to look all the way around it. Obviously, you know, don't worry about this gap because that's going to be covered by trim, but the gap between the door and the jamb to see if there's any sunlight coming through. There's some right down there. So those are things that you can adjust when you're putting in your screws and your shims, because that's the last side you want to do. First side you want to do is the hinge side. So now we're going to go ahead and work on the latch side. And guys, the thing that I love is educating people, is helping people out. So if you have any questions at all on what I'm doing, leave a comment in the comment section below. Also like this video and subscribe to this channel, really helps. We're gonna go ahead and get this latch side in right now. Just wanted to pause here because it was a good teaching moment. So as you can see here, I had this much shim and I had pretty close to this much shim. So I just kind of hammered that guy in. And before you screw anything in, you always want to close the door and see how it closes. And as you can see, that is too much shim because the door will not close. So if I knock that shim out, the door will close. So I need a little bit less shim. You want to make sure you have some good reveal all the way around the door, but that one is too much. So we're going to knock that shim out, put a smaller shim in there, and re-screw it in. All right, here's what a good shim looks like. Now the door closes, and it's got some good gap. still see there's some light coming in the bottom there. So we'll have to see if we can bring that door jamb in just a smidgen on the bottom. But other than that, we're looking pretty good. All right, we're looking pretty good there. We got our top screwed in. We got our bottom screwed in. We got this side screwed in. So now we're just gonna fill in this latch plate area. And the biggest thing when you do that is if you get not enough shim here, it will pull this door casing that way. So you'll have a bow. It'll actually go like this. So you wanna make sure you get the right amount of shim in there to keep this reveal the same. That's basically what we're going for. All right, and that's pretty much that. So we got some good reveal all the way around. That's looking good. Got that shimmed out nicely. So we're looking good. Seems to open and close nicely. The client has the door locks. He went to Home Depot to get them rekeyed because he had the old lock cylinder. He wanted to rekey him to that same lock cylinder. So waiting for him to get back for that. So we'll just do a few other things until he gets back, and then we can, you know, we'll probably trim out the inside. I'd like to put the door locks in to make sure that it closes nicely before we go ahead and put the trim on, just in case we need to make any minor adjustments. But other than that, we're looking good. Our technician assistant right now is in a webinar for some sales training that we're doing. We are training him to become our estimator. We just got linked in with an awesome sales program. I'm actually going to be talking a lot more about that. I'm going to be doing a new style of video. It's called a slog. How do you guys like that word? Sales log. It's going to be really cool. It's going to be much like these vlogs, but it's more on my day-to-day, what I do day-to-day, which is estimates and sales. And it's going to be walking you through the sales process. It's going to be showing you live talking with clients on how I sell things and how I go about, you know, pricing things and things like that. So that's going to be really cool. But anyways, he's doing that webinar right now. He'll be here in probably about an hour to take all this debris. One thing that our technician assistant does is he helps assist on jobs. He delivers materials, and he also takes things to the dump. We are at a point in our business where it's too much for the technician to be doing all of that. Our technician was just, we were working him like a dog. You know, having him pick up materials, you know, do the job, take things to the dump. Like he was going to the dump on Saturdays, like on our days off. You know, it was ridiculous, you know, picking up materials late at night. So it's just way smoother, way more streamlined with this new process that we have with our technician assistant. I am super like enthralled with creating processes in the business. That's really what I'm all about. So that's gonna be going on here. So let's get trimming this puppy out, and then we'll go from there. What the client wants, the client gets. So as you can see here, we had it all installed, and he wanted them swapped. He wanted the doorknob on the top, the deadbolt on the bottom. It's a little bit different, but looking at the old door, it's exactly how the old door was. So I didn't pay attention to that, and I didn't notice that the doorknob was on top. So I mean, it makes sense because that's why he had it all beefed up down here. You know, I just basically copied what was there, beefed up down here for the deadbolt. So now we just need to move this in for the deadbolt, because the deadbolt is in a different position slightly than what the latch plate is. So we're going to go ahead and just mortise that in a little bit so that we can put this latch plate basically in just a little bit in here. So we're going to get to that. All right, had to come out and get a new battery, get a drink. Got technician assistant Rich here. So Rich is our new technician assistant, and he just got here. So excited about that. He's cutting some shims right now. I'll introduce you guys to him in a second. I was thinking about telling you guys, or sharing, because usually on these vlogs I share with you guys my pricing and how I price this job and whatnot. But to be honest, from past videos, it's a little, I don't know, it's a little bit to share my pricing, just because there's a lot of people out there that, you know, oh, you're ripping them off, blah, blah, blah. So, and my intentions are not to rip off. I know that there's one huge thing that needs to happen in the handyman industry altogether is people need to start understanding what they're worth and how to price jobs. And we've gone through our expenses, we've gone through our overhead, and we've established a good hourly rate that is, to be honest, probably the most expensive around this area, but it's what we need to charge to stay in business. So maybe you guys could leave me a comment in the comment section below if you guys would be okay with me sharing a price, even though it might blow your socks off. Because I really want to share with you guys kind of how I price these jobs, how I come up with it. But to be honest, I'm just, you know, tired of all the negativity around the pricing sector, is because what I price here in California might be super expensive where you're at in, you know, Oklahoma or whatever, right? Because pricing is different, right? Overhead is different, and that's fine, you know. But I want us to have a mutual understanding of, hey, I'm not trying to rip people off, and I'm sharing my pricing to help you guys hopefully establish your pricing and become better at that. So anyways, long rant is over. Let me know in the comment section whether you guys want me to share that with you. But let me introduce you guys to Rich here. Hey Rich, you want to say hi to the guys on YouTube?
Hi guys on YouTube, how you doing?
This is Rich, our new technician assistant. Absolutely awesome. So we're gonna, what do we got to do here, Rich? We got the shims off, right? So
yeah,
now we just got to put
the... we've trimmed out our shims.
Okay.
We've got the doors plumbed in.
So now
it's time to set we're gonna set the trim inside.
Put the trim on. All right, let's do it, guys.
Okay, YouTubers, so what we're doing here is pretty basic. As far as finishing touches on the door, we're just sealing it for a good seal with the DAP. And make sure everything's closed up. But the DAP also, of course, covers up any kind of gap. You're bound to have some gaps when you trim something out. And so we can cover up the gaps and make it look better and smoother. Anytime you're creating a bead, whether it's on a bathtub or whether it's in a situation like this, trimming out a door, you want to maybe kind of take a look at what size bead you want and try to trim your tip to that size. Okay, you may even trim it at an angle, and that way you can lay that bead in there, and if you do things accurately, you'll create a nice bead that fits. And if you think you want to smooth it, and we usually do smooth it out, water is a good helper there. And you dip your finger in the water and it will smooth and flow and smooth out a little more consistently with a little bit of water. Keep a dry towel, fresh dry towel with you, so you can constantly wipe your finger off, clean your finger off, dip again. Then we also have a sponge. And a wet wrung out synthetic sponge works really good. Go back over the bead and you can smooth it out that way also. It works really well. Make sure you're wrung out well though, so you're not dripping water. It just needs to be damp. And so that's what we're doing with this here. Some of the final steps are our door installation. Keep an eye out. If you drip, wipe it up right away, so you're not walking through it.
All right, friends, I want to show you a little bit about the U-Haul here. We got a whole bunch of storage in here. This is all stuff Frank built. Frank originally bought this vehicle maybe 3 years ago, 2.5 years ago or so. This year, the business bought it from him. We just bought it from him about 2 months ago. So now, honestly, Handyman owns this U-Haul, but these are all Frank's tools. So what we got here, basically, we got a bench. We got a whole bunch of different drawers. The design of these drawers is just a design that he found in his dad's workshop when he was a kid, so he just kind of replicated that, and so that's kind of cool. It got some good nostalgia there. Then obviously we got various nuts and bolts here. And then this is where all the power tools go. You know, we got all the Milwaukee M18s, a few M12s, Ryobis, batteries, chargers, all that kind of stuff. And then obviously there are, you know, these all have lasps, you know, where they stay shut, but there's also, you know, locks that keep them shut. So when you're driving around, what the camera is on right now is basically a big old cabinet that has paint supplies, plumbing supplies, things like that in it. Then there's some drywall over here. We have just a toolbox here with various, you know, crescent wrenches, pliers, things like that. These obviously have pliers in them as well, hammers, screws, you know, plumbing equipment, electrical equipment. Got the big table saw down there. Got miter saw over here. I'll show you guys all that in a second. And then this is where all the, you know, ladders stay. And then the sawhorses, electrical stuff. And let me pull you guys down from there and show you guys this side of the trailer here. Okay, so this side of the trailer, this is where we got the big miter saw. Here we got a little Ryobi miter saw. Actually take the battery out of that so we can put it over here. Little Ryobi miter saw, that works great for doing trim work. This is a big miter saw used for obviously bigger stuff, pressure washer, all of our garden tools, garden hoe, you know, leaf blower, shovels, you know, Mattixes. This is that cart here with a whole bunch of plumbing supplies and things like that, miscellaneous drywall and stuff like that. And these are 1/4-inch pieces for installing attic ladders, which we did yesterday. That's what we got these here for too, to hold the attic ladder up. And then this is kind of, you know, miscellaneous stuff here. This is a drywall thing. We actually need to fix this because this was built to hold pieces of, you know, 2x2 drywall. But whenever you drive, the drywall slides forward. So we need to build a little catch in the front of it so the drywall stays there handy. Got a little Milwaukee fan. Here's the toolbox I was telling you guys about earlier. Got a M18 vacuum there. Some contractor bags. So really this is a big truck. It's I think it's a 14-foot U-Haul with the what do they call it, the grandma quarters or whatever. But it's a pretty awesome truck. This has been a great job. I'll show you guys one more time the end result to this job, but it turned out great. Again, leave me a comment in the comment section below. I would love to hear your thoughts about pricing, and if you guys want to hear that, and if you guys are ready to understand that, you know, the pricing that I come from isn't pricing to rip people off, but it's actually what our business needs. And that's what I also encourage you guys to do. Look through your business, look through your expenses, and charge what you need to charge, because that's one of the most important things. Super excited today. Well, actually tomorrow, our 5th episode of our Handyman Success podcast launches. So super excited about that. That won't be tomorrow for you guys. That's tomorrow for me. This video probably won't come out for another week or so. So the episode 5 with Stephen Capps will already be out on YouTube and Spotify and all that. So me and Jason Call have partnered up, and we're doing a podcast now. So the Handyman Success podcast. Super awesome. We interview rock stars in the industry and just really hear their secrets, hear how they run business and all that. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Really appreciate you guys. The next episode of the vlog will be coming out here in a few days, so I am stoked for that. Leave me a comment in the comment section below with any improvements that you guys would like to see, what you guys would like to see different on these vlogs. We are heading out right now to do our next job, which is going to be a bunch of closet door tracks. So we'll be recording, that'll be our next vlog. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'll show you guys that door one more time. But I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and we'll catch you on the next vlog. Rich, you want to say bye to the YouTubers?
Bye, YouTubers. Thanks for stopping by.
All right, have a good day, guys. Here's the finished result of the door. Let me close this here to show them. All right, there we are. You guys have a fantastic day.